The things we women do for love, which are not love at all. Let's talk about the things I never want you to do for a man in the name of love. Because love is only love if it's also got you and your happiness in the picture. Love is not love if all it wants from you is you sacrificing who you are and what you bring to the table in order to make a man happy. So, watch this video right to the end. Again, one of those Sami Wunder videos which I want the whole world to see because I want women to have healthier relationships and not be in romantic relationships where they are losing sense of who they are, feeling emotionally drained, feeling unhappy, feeling unloved, and they're still in that relationship because somehow somebody somewhere taught that little girl that's what love looks like. That's what you do when you love a man. So let's look at the things I never want you to do for a man. The number one thing is I never want you to change who you are for a man. And all the smart women watching this might think, oh, Sami, don't worry about this. I'm never going to change myself for a man. But the truth is, I've seen brilliant women love men and then start to change their appearance for the guy, or start to change their lifestyle for the guy, or start to exercise more out of pressure because the guy wants them to do it, even if they hate it, and even if they would not want to be in a gym but would rather take a run in nature. So don't change who you are for a man. I remember this Elevate client of mine who got Botox, then got a nose job, then got a boob implant, and all of that was pushed forward by her partner, who was very perfectionist around how women's bodies should look and feel like. She was a living mess. And again, it's something that's been coming up in my recent videos. We always think that if we change that one thing about ourselves, then he will love us more. But the truth is that true love, healthy love, is when you are accepted as who you are, with the caveat that you're somebody who's a reasonable person and who has done the inner work on herself. So don't let a man push you into becoming somebody you're not. I think holding on to your sense of identity inside a relationship is a hallmark of being in a healthy relationship. Now, let's look at the number two thing I never ever want you to do for a man. I never ever want you to give up on your goals, dreams, and your career for a man. And again, so many women think they're not vulnerable to this. They're ambitious, they love their career. But trust me, as a mother myself, I know the challenges and the dilemmas that arise once you are stepping into family life and once there are two high-powered people in the relationship. There is often this temptation for the woman to step down from her goals and ambition in favor of the man's career. Now, while I am a huge proponent of live the life and relationship that you want to have, so if a woman actively wants to just be a mother and just be at home, or actively doesn't want to work, it's always a choice a woman can make, then there is no problem. However, I am talking to the women who do have goals, who do have aspirations, who do have dreams to achieve something in life, and then they start sacrificing that once they enter family life or once they enter a relationship because the man says, hey, I make so much money, why do you have to work? Why do you have to bother? So I know that for a client of mine who is working with me in the Elevate Relationships group, this is a challenge right now because she's married to a really wealthy man and he's like, why don't you just spend time with the kid? Why do you have to work? And she has a very entrepreneurial spirit and she really wants to create her own company, start her own spa, and she has all these dreams. And so she feels deeply hurt because he literally doesn't acknowledge those dreams and doesn't support those dreams. So I'm on my client's side. I believe if a woman wants to achieve something, has dreams for a career, goals for her career, she should never give them up because she's in a certain family dynamic or because her partner wants to do that. Now, I have another example from another Elevate client. This is about 2 years ago, where she actually gave up a great job that she really wanted to be in New York, and then moved all the way to, I think they moved to Florida, where he had his job. And it was based on pressure from the guy. It was based on the guy convincing my client that, don't worry, my job makes so much, you'll find another job. And she didn't have the courage to assert her own career goals and dreams back then. Until today, I know we're friends now. She's resentful that she made that choice. So never ever give up your goals and career dreams for a man. It's truly not worth it. And if you do that, you're always going to remember it. You're always going to feel angry about it. You're always going to feel resentful about it, which also damages the relationship. Now, the third thing I never want a woman to do for a man is to tolerate disrespect. Now, disrespect can show up in so many forms in a relationship. It's a video of its own. But let's say there's verbal disrespect. A man screaming at you, a man shouting at you, calling you names, speaking badly to you. And then there's emotional disrespect, where somebody constantly tells you you're not good enough, somebody constantly tells you you're not educated enough, somebody constantly tells you, I make more money, you make less money, you should shut up, I call the shots. These are all forms of disrespect. And of course, there is physical disrespect, which should never, ever, ever be happening. You might have noticed that in my videos, I don't talk a lot about physical disrespect because I teach women, professional women, how to attract and create healthy romantic relationships. And I do it really well. I have 1,100 plus client success stories, increasing every month. So I don't even talk about physical disrespect because in my world, it's like a deal breaker. It's a no-go zone. Like a man who slaps you or pushes you on the ground, please get the hell out of there. And never, even in your wildest dreams, think that you deserve that or think that that is appropriate behavior when somebody is angry. So no matter how much you love a guy, I never want you to tolerate any form of disrespect. Till today, if Chris is in a mood and he raises his voice on me, I go like, honey, I get it, you're angry, but please, can you calm down in your voice tone when you talk to me? And I believe that this belongs to every healthy relationship, that no matter how much money somebody makes or how successful somebody is, both partners offer each other respect. So never tolerate disrespect. And never think you deserve to be disrespected no matter what mistake you've made. You still deserve to be respected as a human being. Now, number 4, what I never want you to do for a man is to never make all the sacrifices. I see so many imbalanced relationships where the woman has given up her career, left her home, left her family behind, moved to another country for the guy, and now it's all about the guy's career. The woman stays at home, cooks and cleans, and it's like she sacrificed her entire life for him. And it's really unhealthy to do this. So if you have a partner who constantly expects you to make the sacrifices, remind yourself that this is not healthy. In a healthy relationship, both partners want to be with each other and both partners are willing to make sacrifices for each other. Both partners are, one time it's the father taking the paternity leave, one time it's the mother taking the maternity leave. So it's important to feel like a team, and it's important that you do not find yourself as being that partner in the relationship that is making all of the sacrifices, because you're going to feel resentful about it sooner or later. Now, how's it going? If you're enjoying this, remember, give me a like, let me know in the comments that it is helping you, and subscribe to my channel. I love helping you women find and keep amazing romantic relationships. Now, let's do number 5, what I never want you to do with a man, and that is to financially support a man. Of course, this is nuanced, and there's going to be lots of men watching this video and going like, what are you talking? If we're married, we should be supporting each other. I get it. So this is nuanced. Especially in dating, I never want you to support a man financially. A man should be independent, a man should be grown up, he should be able to look after himself and take care of himself financially and monetarily. And he should never be asking you for money, he should never be asking you for loans. Like, do not get in that zone with men, become smarter. That's why I said it's again one of those videos that I want the whole world to watch and all women to watch and all of you to send to your girlfriends and friends and mothers and sisters, because being financially smart in relationships is extremely important. And so often, especially when I'm working with my clients in Elevate, they are capable women, they are women with good jobs, they are women who are successful already, and so they don't mind lending money or loaning money because they have money. But I want you to mind lending money and loaning money. It's not healthy to lend and loan money to somebody you barely know or are just getting to know. Now, if you're in a marriage, in a relationship, of course things happen. Your partner can lose a job, your husband can go unemployed, get fired. I mean, all of those things can happen in a long-term relationship. If it's a good relationship, if it's a loving relationship, if it's a supportive relationship, in that case, you can temporarily be in a situation where you're supporting the man, knowing that he's doing the work to get back on his feet, find a job, support himself. And most healthy, empowered men I know, they're ashamed enough of being in a situation, so they never want to be a burden on the woman. So they're going to do whatever they can to quickly change the situation. And even in those long-term relationships, what you don't want to do is become the financial provider against your own will and do it for a long period of time. So I always, in Elevate, when I'm advising my clients, I'm always telling them have deadlines, have timelines. Like, it's important to define how long is this arrangement going to be for, and then not agreeing to continue it if it starts to go beyond that timeline or deadline, and definitely if it's starting to make you feel resentful. Number 6, what I never want you to do for a man is never ever cut out your support system of your friends and family. So many times when you get into a relationship with somebody, it's quite possible they don't get along with your parents, quite possible they don't like some of your friends. What's important is to see and notice, is this person trying to isolate me? Is this person trying to cut me off from all people who love me, who care about me, who are there for me, who I love and who I want to be around? So this is one of the hallmarks of toxic relationships, abusive relationships, relationships with narcissists, that they cut you off and they isolate you from your own support system. So be a smart woman, be a diva, share this video with all your friends and all your girlfriends who need this video, because truly sometimes when I see how women are isolated and lonely in relationships, just this one partner or one husband who is the focus and there's nobody else to support her, all her friends have been distanced by this man because he doesn't like them, it can get very lonely and it can lead to some dire circumstances and situations for the individual who's suffering in that kind of situation. So never ever cut out your friends and family for your partner. Number 7 would be, do not ever lose your sense of independence for a man. And this means that never ever stop doing the things that you love doing in your life, pursuing your own hobbies, pursuing your own travels, pursuing your own interests. Maybe you love doing Pilates and yoga. Maybe you love going on hikes in the jungles. Maybe you love working for a charity. It's important to keep that sense of self and independence inside a healthy relationship. And it's quite possible that your partner may not like you doing some of these things. Sometimes when I work with women who come from more traditional backgrounds inside Elevate, they'll tell me he doesn't like me wearing X, or he doesn't like me going out Y, going to the gym in the evening. And while some of that could be context oriented, the country you're in, safety for women, etc., the idea here is that do not give up on your identity. Do not give up on who you are. Do not give up on the things you love doing for the sake of a man, ever, because it never ends well. And always remember, I teach healthy relationships. Healthy relationships are about us blossoming, us being the best, shiny, best, biggest version of ourselves. If we can't be that inside of a relationship, if we have to like adjust so much of who we are, then it could be pointing to deeper issues in the relationship, for which I would love to support you. Remember, on samywunder.com/contact, you can book a free consult with my team to learn how I can help you, or how you can work with me and my team inside Elevate to support you with deeper issues or challenges that you're facing in your relationship. Now, last but not the least, I still think this is really important. I kept it for the last to make sure that you were watching till the end. Don't have sex with a man for the sake of his comfort. It's so important that women understand that this is your body and sex must always be with consent. If it's not with consent, it is rape. And that is a crime. It's illegal. So sex must be done with consent. You never want to have sex with a man for just the sake of his pleasure or because he wants it. Now, of course, this is a nuanced situation again. In early dating, you never ever want to just sleep with a guy because he's putting pressure on you. You never ever want to sleep with a guy just because you think if you don't do it, he's going to get aggressive on you. These are really bad signs. Because what is a romantic relationship? A romantic relationship which is healthy is where a man cares about how he makes you feel. And if a man in early dating is pushing himself on you, is getting aggressive around you, or getting angry with you because you are not ready to have sex yet, that's a huge red flag. It's not something to be avoided. It's not something to be unseen. And it's definitely not something where you should brush a pink brush over it and say, it doesn't matter. I just slept with him because if I did not sleep with him, he would have gotten angry. Now, of course, within long-term romantic relationships, it is more nuanced. I always tell my clients, do not use the withdrawing of sex as a way to punish your man. It is not fair. Inside long-term romantic partnerships, our partner in a loyal, exclusive relationship is the only one who can give that sex to us, right? So holding it back actively from men is not healthy behavior. What is healthy behavior, though, is to talk about why you're resentful. Talk about what is it that you need to open up with emotional intimacy, etc., so that you can open up to physical intimacy. But the long story short, you should never have sex with a man just for his sake or just for his comfort. Sex between a man and woman should always be consent-based, and no woman should feel forced, pressurized, or pushed into sex. If this video was helpful for you, please, please, please show me your love. Give me a like, leave me a comment, let me know this was helpful. Subscribe to my channel, and more than anything, send this video to a woman who needs to hear this. Thank you so much. This is Dating and Relationship Coach Sami Wunder, and it is my joy and privilege to be of service to women in this world who are looking to attract and keep healthy romantic relationships.